Hello everyone. So today I will be discussing Dunkin' Donuts and how they use YouTube as a business tool. So a little bit of background. Dunkin' Donuts is a coffee and baked goods chain. It was founded in 1950 and it's great for people on the go, people who are busy. They're known for their fast and friendly service, fair prices, and delicious donuts and coffees, of course. And I am a personal true fan of Dunkin' Donuts myself. Okay, so next we'll be looking and discussing Dunkin' Donuts' best practices and best content practices. And so after looking at their YouTube page, I did a little research on what would be usually best practice for any brand that's using YouTube as a business tool. And one of them is that you want to make sure to keep your channel updated and fresh with uploads and playlists and to keep your viewers engaged. And they actually do that. They do post often, and it could be a little more. They post roughly 1 or 2 times a week. Could be a little more often, in my opinion. And so moving on to the content practices, some best practices include writing good descriptions, good thumbnails, and catchy titles. And after looking, they actually did a really good job of covering those 3 best practices that should be, exemplified. So they write very clear and concise descriptions. They don't sugarcoat anything. They are very clear with what you're about to be viewing. Their thumbnails are very catchy. They hook your interest, and they're colorful and stuff like that. And so their titles as well are also very eye-catching, and sometimes they're maybe not as clear, but that's what makes you want to go and look and find out what could that video be about. Okay, so next we'll be discussing some connections to strategic planning, and what I mean by this is just kind of going over objectives, SMART objectives specifically, key messages, audiences, engagement, etc. So 3 of their SMART objectives include: 1, their goal will be to increase sales of their new Girl Scout cookie flavor line coffee by 15% at the end of May. Next, with prom season approaching, Dunkin' Donuts is willing to be the wingman in promposals and will help by making any personalized requests with donuts or treats to increase sales and awareness by 10%. And lastly, with spring and summer basically here, their goal is to push sales of iced coffees up to 10% by June. Next, we'll be now discussing some key messages. And so Dunkin' Donuts aims to be the #1 stop for people's caffeine needs, and because after all, their slogan is America runs on Dunkin', so they want to be your primary go-to for your caffeine needs, like I just said. Next, Dunkin' Donuts is famously known for their donuts and coffee, both at an affordable price, and this is something that I can definitely appreciate as a college student on a budget. So I think it's something that they're known for and people appreciate. And lastly, Dunkin' Donuts is very customer-based and loves when loyal customers will promote their brand, and they will do this by sharing stories of their loyal customers all over their social media platforms. So Dunkin' Donuts' audience, it does range. There's not one specific age group that goes, because you can't put an age on coffee and donuts. But if you had to pinpoint it, I would say somewhere between 16 and 45 roughly. And it's really just for the people who are on the go, don't have time to stop and wait an hour to get energy or a sweet treat. And college students are a big demographic as well, who don't want to spend $6 on a drink. So, like I said, something me as a college student can really appreciate. Okay, so now we'll be talking about engagement, and Dunkin' Donuts does a really nice job of making their YouTube page very customer oriented and not so black and white and boring. And yeah, they make it very colorful and fun to navigate. So I found a really cool playlist on their page called Dunkin' Stories, and it's really cool because you it shows off their loyal customers and how they're connected to the brand. I think Facebook and Instagram is where they're a little more active, and it's I don't really think that too many people are really on YouTube as often, and I don't think that YouTube is their primary social media platform. I think they thrive better on Facebook and Instagram because people can easily just like scroll through Facebook, they can easily scroll through Instagram, and there are a few million views on a couple of videos, so it's not like they don't get any views whatsoever, but I would say that Facebook and Instagram are a little more maintained and have a larger following, but they also do a nice job on YouTube. It's not like they have left it and it's not well ran. It's very well ran, like I said. But so yeah, I think Facebook and Instagram are a little bit on their stronger social media platforms, but not to discredit YouTube because they do a nice job on the YouTube channel. I think I personally, if I had to rank them, I liked Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I personally would not have actively seek them out on YouTube though. I would have been more prone to seek them out on Instagram. And I think, like I had previously said, they are a bit stronger on Facebook and Instagram. But like I said, not to discredit their YouTube page because they do well on that as well. But overall, I think their YouTube page is strong in its own way. They do a good job with being very customer oriented and kind of giving back to their customers because they do so much for us, so we want to do stuff for them, and it's a nice little friendship and bond that they build with their following. And so yeah, overall, I think on all three platforms they do a really nice job.